Hi everybody, and welcome to the January edition of Monthly Rewind. I'm Lauren Kay.
And I'm Dana Squella.
Hey Dana, I have an interesting fact for you.
What?
We are the first girls to host this show during the millennium.
Really?
We're also the first to host the show this year.
It's going to be the best show.
I know. Not only the fact that we are the first girls to host, but there's also a bunch of interesting segments. We have swimming, wrestling, New Year's resolutions.
The gingerbread houses.
Let's get to it.
Yeah. Being on the girls' JV team isn't easy without those long practices and games, but somehow they managed to do it. Here's Jim Hill with the story.
Field hockey and girls soccer are over, and the next exciting thing to happen here at WTHS is girls basketball. However, people so rarely concentrate on the JV teams. If you look behind me, you can see that it takes a lot of effort to be able to play the game. We caught up with Coach Colton and a few of the girls to ask how this season is coming so far. How do you determine whether or not a girl makes JV or varsity?
Well, prior to the season, we have a two-day tryout session. All the coaches are there. The coaches spent 8 hours both days there evaluating, and it's a family thing. The freshman coach, myself, Coach Mascufo, and Coach Costa, we talk about the players we see, where they can help the team.
Being on the girls' JV basketball team has many pressures, and they handle them in many ways.
Good question. I watched them all last year. Like they said, they played together for a long time, and it is they're on a different level, and they really didn't realize that until we played Cherokee, which was their first loss in 2 years. It hurt, and they realized that they're a group of basically sophomores playing against other JV teams that have some juniors that play a couple quarters of varsity.
As you can see, the girls do many different things to prepare themselves for varsity.
Well, every day at practice, we always scrimmage them and do drills with them. So our whole team really tries to make them better and to make ourselves better so we can eventually be on the varsity team.
The girls not only practice every day after school with the team, they also practice on their own time.
Well, I have a court in my backyard, and after practice, I go out and shoot around to practice on my post moves. We do camps in the summer and overnight camps that we have gone to, so get a lot of practicing in to get better.
Time, dedication, and preparation are what these girls are all about as they strive to make varsity for next year. For Monthly Rewind, this is Jim Hill.
Money, money, money. That's what senior year is all about. Dave Luna and Jason Reimer had a chance to figure out how much money the seniors will spend this year.
Senior prom, $130 for tickets. The senior trip, $685. Memories from graduation, priceless. All of this is part of graduation, but how much does it cost? Let's find out.
$500.
I don't know, $5,000 maybe? 500?
Which one, 5,000 or 500?
5,000.
$575.
And 92 cents.
And 92 cents, yeah.
Is that your final answer?
That's my final answer.
About $10,000.
$10,000? Isn't that a bit high?
No.
Okay.
$300, I guess.
Well, that's what the freshmen thought. I guess they forgot to take into account the senior trip, pictures, project graduation, parking spaces, college applications, and the SATs. Of course, there's so much more. We spoke with the seniors to find out if they had a clue.
$850.
Oh my God. $850?
Yes.
Why? How much do you think senior year costs?
More than that. I don't know. Your trip alone is like what, like $600-700. Then you have like class ring, college applications. If you're Joanna, you send in like 7, so that's like another like $350. I don't know. Senior year costs so much money.
Any idea?
Could you say that is?
$300,000.
Like, yeah, like $3,000.
$3,000?
Yeah, like 3.
Well, aside from car accidents and senior trip, I think it's generally I don't think it's too bad.
What about including senior trip?
Including senior trip, that's pretty bad.
Oh my gosh, too much. I'm thinking like 1,500.
1,500? Is that your final answer?
Yes, that's my final answer.
Now, what would you say if I told you it costs on average $7,000 for senior year?
Oh my God, that's ridiculous. Just in Washington Township or everywhere?
Yeah, just for the average Washington Township student.
Wow, that's too much.
Wow is right. That's 5,768 gallons of gas, or 467 CDs for comparison. Who would have thought $7,000 is the cost of the senior year? But when you take into account the senior prom, the senior trip, the cost of graduation, and the cost of getting to college, it all quickly adds up. For Dave Luna, I'm Jason Reimer, WTHS Monthly Rewind.
A new year, a new millennium in which many people are putting together their annual New Year's resolutions. Lauren Kay had a chance to speak with students and teachers here at WTHS to find out what their New Year's resolutions were.
January 1st is not only a special day because it is the beginning of a new year, but because some of the traditions and activities have been around for thousands of years. As a matter of fact, the Babylonians were the first culture to celebrate New Year's about 4,000 years ago. They were also the first ones who started some of our most famous traditions. No, I'm not talking about parties, the Rose Bowl, or parades. I'm talking about setting resolutions. They created resolutions as a way to make themselves better in the next year. Their most popular one was to remember to return borrowed farm equipment. And even though there was so much bustle about Y2K this year, some people still took the time to make resolutions. I get a chance to interview the students and faculty about their resolutions. Let's see what they wish to accomplish during the year 2000. Okay, what's your New Year's resolution?
Stop getting in trouble.
Try not to be waking up in lunch is to be nice to Joe Christella next year.
Meet the most electrifying man in sports entertainment today, The Rock.
Some students' New Year's resolutions involve schoolwork.
I want to graduate.
And to not fail physics for the next few marking periods. To do my homework. To get good grades.
Well, I would like to get in the Drexel finally this year.
My resolution is to get better grades in school.
Some people wanted to make themselves or their community better.
To catch a bigger fish than last summer. And number 2, to cut down eating chocolates.
Getting to do stuff to make me a better person.
Expand my Buffy merchandise collection. And to never miss a Buffy ever again.
I guess not to procrastinate as much and to, clean my room and stuff.
I would say I put on a few pounds over the past few months, and I think I'd like to try to drop a little bit of tonnage if possible.
To have less of a temper.
I think I will plan to shower regularly and buy a stick of deodorant this year.
Stop lying. Lose some weight. I'm carrying a couple extra pounds.
Stop smoking and probably get better at sports.
2, try to accomplish world peace by starting with our classes.
Some people just didn't have New Year's resolutions.
They're a false way of promising yourself to do something you should do already.
Okay. I don't have one.
Do you have a New Year's resolution?
No.
I do not have a New Year's resolution.
It's good to see that people still make New Year's resolutions. I hope you all have a happy New Year, and the cast and crew at Monthly Rewind send everybody a happy New Year. With special thanks to Carol Ann Levins and Mr. Barnshaw, this has been Lauren Kay, Monthly Rewind. Are you tired of driving your car to school? Dana and I would know about that. We don't drive yet. But many of the students here at WTHS are. So the people here at WTHS decided to build a hovercraft. Joe Graziano got the scoop at the building of this hovercraft.
Almost everyone in today's society needs some form of transportation. You may run, fly, skip, or yes, even jump. But a mode of transportation that is not well known is a hovercraft. A hovercraft is a vehicle that levitates on a pillow of air. It is one of the most mobile vehicles around today. Well, here at WTHS, would you have thought that we have not one but 2 working hovercrafts? Let's talk to Mr. Hudak, who has been building these hovercrafts for quite some time. When did you begin to build these hovercrafts with your classes?
I'm going to say about 5 or 6 years ago, we had the kids introduce the hovercraft as a design factor in one of the courses I teach, and they got to research some designs off the internet, and then we actually had them build some mock-ups, and then we built those two large demonstration models you've seen. And this year the students are trying to take it a step further so that they can actually build a propulsion device for one of the hovercrafts.
Any kind of special weight limit on the hovercraft?
At this particular time, the students haven't really worked out the calculations on what the math equations would formulate this to lift. But I told them a class of 18, if everybody could stand on it, it would probably elevate every one of the students at one time.
Building this hovercraft is not available through all of his classes. It is only available through his Trans Tech course. Mr. Hudak also has the construction of the award-winning robot. But that's another story. I'm Joe Graziano, Monthly Rewind.
We're on a roll. Monthly Rewind is doing really good. We've had 4 excellent shows so far.
Yes, and I think this one's the best one.
Definitely, because Dana and I are the best hosts.
Yeah, the girls.
All right, so let's get back to it.
All right.
Cleve Bryan did a segment on slippery, wet men. That's the swimming team, of course. Up next is the story.
When you open up the local newspapers every morning, you're sure to see pictures of basketball and wrestling. But how often do you read about high school swimming?
Better be good.
The boys swim team here at WTHS is a story worth this town's acknowledgement. In the past 3 years, the team has had 3 different coaches, with the latest being Bill Albertson. The team has had to go through a variety of adjustments to adapt to each new coach and the program they install. To find out how the team has evolved in the past 4 years, I asked Adam Beal and Dave Carolla, our captains.
Every time you get a new coach, you have to learn how to get along with them, their work ethic, their practice. So it takes some getting used to, but we're all right.
What kind of changes have you experienced on the team over the past 4 years?
Since I was a freshman, become a lot more competitive. I don't know. The team's just grown in number too.
I also asked the guys what was so fun about swimming and why they did it.
Because it keeps me in shape and I just enjoy the sport and the competition.
Oh, the girls in their bathing suits.
Swim team is a great thing, you know, it keeps you in shape, you get the slack, you get to come in, you know, late. It's fun though, I mean, I really enjoy it, the meets are nice, pretty good.
Actually, I came to the meeting by mistake. I went to the wrong room, but the only problem I have with the water is every once in a while it's wet. And that's some problems, you know, health and, you know, the whole sanitation issue. But other than that, it's not bad, really.
Oh, I love Speedos. Wear them all the time.
Once again, Captain Carolla agreed with Captain Beal about the Speedos. After finding out from the guys why the swim team is such an exciting group, I talked with the coach, Albertson, who is beginning his first of hopefully many years as head coach of the boys swim program, to find out what he had to say about the team and the program.
Well, actually, I've been wanting to coach swimming for a couple of years, and the position just wasn't open. I've enjoyed swimming myself. I never swam on a team, but I've trained in a pool for different races and stuff like that. And I always wanted to coach swimming. I've had experience with cross country, and there's some similarities between the two sports, and I enjoy it, so that's why I'm here.
Okay. How do you like to motivate your swimmers who are easily bored by just swimming back and forth for an hour?
We do try and change up the workouts. We have long distance workouts along with speed workouts, and it's not all hard work. Sometimes we play games too. Play water polo and we play water basketball just to change it up and keep the motivation high.
Are you planning to stick around for a few years?
Yes, I am. I know that the coaching switchover has been often, and I've made a commitment, and I plan to stay here and help the team improve. All right, thank you.
Now, since you have heard what Mr. Albertson says about the team, let's hear what some of the guys say about him.
He was great from the very beginning. He was enthusiastic. He wanted to be here. He's great with the whole entire team, so it's been a good experience.
Doing a marvelous job with the guys swim team.
and I expect him to be around for a long time.
So do you think you can take Albertson in a race?
Do I? Absolutely not. He is far younger than I am and in much better shape.
He's a pretty good guy. He's a good coach. I like him. Good guy coaching, substandard. I'm gonna be honest. You know, I don't want to start trouble in the front office. You know what I mean? He's made some decisions about the lineup. I don't think now's the proper time to argue about him, but come contract time next season, I hope management takes that into, you know, just keeps it in mind. That's all I have to say.
Any comment? Any comment?
I'll go along with him.
Well, I hope you've enjoyed learning about the boys' swim team, which currently has a record of 5-3. The guys on the swim team would now like to leave you with this gift.
Varsity girls basketball has had a lot of players over the past couple of years. Jared Carroll took some time to talk to the senior members of the girls' varsity squad.
Washington Township has always held a tradition of pride, intelligence, integrity, and hard work. In the high school, we've displayed these qualities on countless occasions, in sports and scholastic activities. And the WTHS girls basketball team is no exception to the rule. After being ranked number 6 in South Jersey, the girls have a lot to live up to this season. The Minute Maids have a talent-packed powerhouse roster. 3 of the Minute Maids' top star players are Jen Scafidi, Lauren Murray, and Monique Henry. After losing a good majority of senior players to graduation, the Minute Maids have bounced back to show their competitors this team will not be taken lightly and will fight to the last second of each game.
Hi, my name is Monique Henry. Hi, I'm Kate Borkman. We're the senior players of the Washington Township Minute Maids varsity basketball team. Plus another one.
The Minute Maids are presently trailing division-leading Lenape in divisional play. Here's Kate Borkman with more about the team.
I've been playing all 4 years of my career. I'm a forward, a 4 or 5.
In a game, when the score is tied and is coming down to the wire, how does the crowd affect the team's play? Do they make you want to play harder?
Sometimes when you have Mr. Murray and Mr. Scafidi screaming at you, that's always a plus. And there's always some other parents, and the freshmen are always good, and the cheerleaders are fun, so they get us hyped most of the time.
Being a guard on any team is definitely not easy, especially when you're in this division. Tracy Smerlo speaks about her experiences on the team.
Hi, my name's Tracy Smerlo. I'm a guard for the Minute Maids. I've been playing since I was a freshman.
How do you like the girls on the team?
Oh, the team's great. You know, I meet a lot of great girls. They're basically my family during the winter, and I don't know what I'd do without them.
Being ranked number 6 in the beginning of the season, does this add any additional pressure to the team?
I think opening any season ranked higher than you expect to adds pressure, and then if you don't live up to it, then you feel like you've let a lot of people down, not just yourself. So yeah, definitely adds more pressure.
Presently, the Minute Maids are 10-3 with 2 games left to the cutoff date. Good luck to Coach Costa, Monique Henry, Tracy Smerlo, Kate Borkwin, and the rest of the Minute Maids on completing an outstanding season. For Monthly Rewind, this is Jared Carroll.
For the past 9 years, foods classes here at WTHS have participated in making gingerbread houses. During the holidays, gingerbread houses can be a fun way to capture the holiday spirit. But have you ever wondered exactly what a gingerbread house is? We snuck into Mrs. Wilkins' 5th period foods class to see what making gingerbread houses is all about.
Yeah. How do you make a gingerbread house? What is a gingerbread house? And what the heck is gingerbread? Every year around the holidays, you hear about gingerbread houses. They are a custom practiced by those who want to capture the holiday spirit and choose to do so through food. Making gingerbread houses is an art form. It takes persistence, patience, and plenty of creativity. Making gingerbread houses has been a tradition here at Washington Township for the past 9 years. Each year, students have a contest to see who can make the most decorative house using a variety of cereals, pretzels, candy, and just about anything that's edible. The tradition was started by Mrs. Wilkins, who says that the difference between her recipe and most traditional recipes is that instead of icing, a glue made of caramelized sugar is used to mend the houses.
Here comes Santa Claus, here comes Santa Claus, riding down Santa Claus Lane. Blitzen, blitzen, all here's a reindeer pulling on a rein.
After the finishing touches were put on the gingerbread houses, they were put on display in the 910 cafeteria to be judged by a panel of teachers and then sold for $5. Anyone who wanted to buy them could, and the proceeds went to charity.
Here comes Santa Claus, riding down Santa Claus Lane. He's got a bag that's filled with toys for boys. Hear those sleigh bells jingle jangle, what a beautiful.
Year in and year out, making gingerbread houses proves popular not only with the students, but with the teachers who participate as well. It's a tradition that not only Mrs. Wilkins, but the rest of the foods teachers, and all the students and everyone involved hopes will last for a long time. For Monthly Rewind, I'm Mike Palucci.
The cafeteria food here at WTHS is tasty and good. Joe Capasso takes a look.
Cafeteria food. Some people like it, some people don't. However, the WTHS cafeteria offers a wide selection of foods. Several lunch ladies and students commented on the overall quality of the food.
I'm not too fond of it. I usually pack my lunch every day. I just usually get a pretzel or something like that because I don't really know what's in it and I trust my own lunch.
How about the cafeteria ladies? How do you feel about them?
They're always really nice to me whenever I go in because I'm like, oh, what's in that? And they'll like explain it to me. So they're always nice to me. But
I think it's great. I eat it every day.
You love it?
Oh yeah, it's great.
What does it take to prepare all the food in the morning?
It takes a lot of hard work. We're a team of 13 girls here, and to get together the regular lunch of the day and then all the regular stuff like our cheesesteaks, hamburgers, mozzarella sticks, chicken patties, 32 trays of French fries, and we get some help from the kids too.
Kelly, what do you think about the cafeteria food here at the high school?
It's pretty good.
Well, the French fries are always cold, but the lunch ladies are always hot.
And what's up with the milk? I mean, they switched from carton milk to bag milk, back to carton milk. How do you feel about that?
I'm very happy. I was very disturbed when they first changed to the milk bag. I thought it sucked. Yeah, I like drinking right out the carton. Had to drink out of a straw. I hated the straw, man. The milk bag always exploded on you. I didn't like that.
No?
Nah, not at all.
But the food to me, I think it tastes great. Yeah.
The food's good.
Absolutely. My favorite are meatball sandwich when they serve them.
Meatball sandwich?
Meatball sandwich. They are great.
April, they switched from carton milk to bag milk, back to carton milk. How do you feel about this?
I don't drink milk. I drink water.
Out of the many students I interviewed, they all seem to enjoy the overall quality and selection of cafeteria products at WTHS. I'm Joe Capasso for Monthly Rewind.
For this month's teacher feature, Mike the Worst Anderson focused on Mrs. Lahuda, a psychology teacher here at WTHS. Let's see what he found out.
She is one of the people that can make you laugh even when, you don't feel like laughing.
Well, she makes learning such an exhilarating experience.
That's right. They were talking about one of our teachers here at Washington Township High School. Mrs. Lahuda has been teaching here at WTHS for almost 27 years now. She started out teaching U.S. History 1 and then became a psychology teacher. I recently had a chance to sit down with Miss Lahuda and talk to her one-on-one. I found out why exactly she chose teaching as a profession.
I have wanted to be a teacher since 8th grade. Or was it 9th? I think it was 8th grade. I had the most spectacular teacher that is absolutely memorable.
While most students don't normally think of their teachers having lives outside of school, The majority of teachers do. Mrs. LaHuda's hobbies include travel and sports.
No, I've been to Japan, I've been to Malaysia, I've been to Hong Kong, I've been all through Europe. I've really been fortunate. I've loved it. I golf, and I'm horrible, and I've been golfing for 7 years and still haven't gotten any better, which is major frustrating. I love to read. I spend a lot of time with my family, and I love being with my friends.
With all of her activities outside of school, one would wonder why Mrs. LaHuda keeps coming back to Washington Township High School year after year, when she could go home and practice on her golf swing.
Being with the people, absolutely. But it's really fabulous being with the kids because you all always put your own slant to it, your own experiences, your own stories, and I love the staff.
So what really makes up Mrs. LaHuda's personality? Only she can tell.
Yes, I'm crazy, I'm goofy, I'm serious. I don't think I wear too many different masks. I think.
Bring.
Hello?
Boys wrestling there.
No, but if you'd like to learn more about boys wrestling, you can stay tuned for our next segment. Dana Scola had a chance to talk to them.
When someone mentions the word wrestling, is this the first thing that you think of? Well, that's definitely not the case here at Washington Township High School. The wrestling program has been going on for 34 years here at WTHS, and each year has becoming more and more popular among the students and the school. As one of the top teams in New Jersey, you can tell Mr. Consiglio has definitely done his job in coaching a successful team.
The internal will and drive that the wrestlers have that helps them want to succeed. And then lastly, it's the good coaching staff that works with me in preparing the guys. We'd like to repeat as conference champs. We'd like to be district champs and in some fashion become the South Jersey champs and then move on to the state finals. That is yet to be seen, but it is a goal of ours.
If you think that wrestling would be something easy to do, you have it way wrong. Each day, these 48 guys come after school here at O'Brien Hall to attend a 3-hour intense practice that includes running, drilling, and conditioning. Practicing and working out isn't the only thing that these wrestlers have to do to keep in shape. Their strict diet is something you have to do if you want to wrestle the lowest possible weight class you can.
It's because you got to eat the right foods and like pasta, salads, and we're usually used to eating all junk food, like going to McDonald's. And
being a wrestler is not as easy as it looks. It takes long, hard work and dedication to get where they are today. With a coach like Mr. Consiglio and committed wrestlers, this team is on its way to the top, and I'm sure that we'll be hearing more about their success as the season continues. Reporting from O'Brien Hall, I'm Dana Squilla, Monthly Rewind.
Well, Dana, it's been a great show.
Yes, it has been.
Next show's going to be even better.
I'm sure it will be.
Yeah, we have the talent show, and if you're my little sister, you're not going to want to miss Joe dressed up as Cupid.
Ooh, I'm not going to want to miss that.
Can't wait. See you later.
Bye.